Here, the fire call came in around 7:15 tonight, and firefighters, when they got a look at this thing, soon knew they would need some help. Again, these are live pictures you're seeing from Sky 4 here. 4 fire departments are down there on the job, and with them is WYFF News 4's Latoya Silman live on the ground. Latoya, first at evacuation, any idea how many people are affected?
Well, I'm told that there's a community that lives not too far from the plant, which you can see over my shoulder just how big that fire is. But a few hundred people live there, and they were told that if they wanted to, they could leave their homes. I'm told that most people decided to stay. But there's another issue at hand too, Michael, because there's also an electrical issue. A lot of people lost their power. I'm told about 2,000 residents did lose their power, and they're trying to work on getting that back on. A temporary shelter is in place. Of course, we'll have more information on that coming up. Now, we're going to go ahead and show you what it was like on the ground. You can see just how big this fire is. There were 10 trucks that I saw at least, and 6 fire departments trying to battle this blaze. And this is a huge plant. Anderson Hardwood Floors is about 300,000 square foot facility. 40% of it, I'm told by the president, is on fire as we speak. Now, a foreman noticed it around 7:15 near a storeroom, and he tried to fight the fire with an extinguisher, but he says that it was just too fast for him. 4 employees were there at the time near that area. They left. There was also 50 other employees at another portion of the building. They also escaped. So a lot of good news coming out of this fire, but still it has taken its toll on the people here. Here's what some of them had to say.
When we were pulling up and trying to get around the police in here, it was just my heart just fell out. It was very sad.
It's traumatic. I mean, it's been my father-in-law who died a few years ago. He went through a fire back in 1954 and ended up moving the plant here.
Of course, that's very ironic, and that was Don Finkel, the president of the plant here that you just saw here. He says they have no plans to move out of here this time. They do plan to rebuild, but he says it's going to take time. In the meantime, he says he doesn't anticipate any long-term job losses. About 300 people work here, I'm told. He says they may have to temporarily lay off as many as 100, but he does plan to bring them back in the meantime. And of course, this comes at a very awful time because the company has just expanded. In fact, they have a new plant in Fountain Inn with about 25 employees for distribution's sake, and then they just purchased another building not too far from this plant where they plan to put another 100 people there. So of course they're trying to figure out what is next, and in the meantime fire crews are trying to figure out what started this fire in the first place. Michael?
There's still a lot of work going on behind you there tonight. Latoya, thank you very much. Now, the Red Cross has set up a shelter tonight for people who did have to leave their homes because of the fire. You will find that shelter at the First Presbyterian Church. That's at 410 East Carolina Avenue. It is in Clinton. Important note here, the Red Cross says be sure to bring your own bedding. And remember, we've been updating this story since we broke it on our website, WYFF4.com. We've posted remarkable raw footage of the fire from Sky 4, and you'll find it all right there on our homepage.
And Andrew